For this project, I built a set of shelves mounted to the wall in my garage. The size of these shelves were perfect because it ended up replacing 2 of my 5-tier shelf racks I had previously purchased from Home Depot. Here are the tools and materials I used to get this project done. First step was to find all of my studs. I marked where they were with a pencil and used my level to stencil out where I'd mount some of the framework. All the 2x4s were cut on the miter saw, and the plywood was pre-cut by Home Depot before loading it into my SUV. I started with the shelf supports that would be mounted to the wall. I made sure to measure some of the actual items I'd be placing on or under the shelves to ensure I had the correct clearance between shelves. You'll notice that I made the middle shelf the shortest clearance, as I would be putting my smaller, more commonly used items there. I also made sure to have this shelf at chest-shoulder height for easy access. I also made sure to leave enough clearance at the top for some of my bulkier items. Once the wall mounts were on, I started on the outside supports. I built the outer frame on top of my wall mounts, which lessened the amount of effort needed for measuring and really mitigated any chance for errors. The screws I used for the second set of 2x4s were temporary and would later be removed once the rest of the outer frame was built. I then cut my vertical supports for the outer frame and mounted those. I came to realize that my garage floor was a bit uneven, so I had to cut a small amount off the top for a flush fit. Once everything was good, I removed the screws holding the outer frame onto the wall mounts. I then cut my horizontal supports that would eventually connect the outer frame to the wall mounts. Each one of those horizontal supports needed 4 pocket holes drilled, 2 on each side. Using a clamp to hold the horizontal supports in place, I screwed the wood to the wall mounts using 2.5-inch pocket screws. Piece of advice: start with the ones in the back. I made the mistake of mounting one in the middle at the front to test it out, and then I had to duck under it every time I needed to get by. Another recommendation: clear the surrounding area. I should have moved the table directly to the left of where I was building. Not doing so really made this more difficult than it needed to be. Instead of mounting the horizontal support from the outside of the frame, I had to do this from the inside and maneuver my way around all of the horizontal supports. I had to sand down some of the edges of the plywood to get a flush fit, but I also wanted to have smooth corners and edges for my kids. Using the 1.25-inch screws, I secured the plywood in place. My first sheet, I used too many screws. I ended up using around 13 to 17 screws per shelf. The shelf was 80 inches long, so it was a screw every 11 to 12 inches, and one in the middle where each horizontal support was. Thank you for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe for future DIY projects. Thank you for watching DIY Dylan.